Going live. We're live. Awesome.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Give everybody a chance to pop on, and hopefully we get a few people. Not a big topic going on today or anything like that. Just want to do a little more get to know you type stuff. Using the YouTube studio this weekend, trying that out. We normally use StreamYard, but I'm not super thrilled with the fact that you can't get a higher quality with it. So I'm just trying to see what we can do without spending any money as far as that goes. So if you're getting any commercials, I do apologize. It is monetized, but I thought I turned it off. But there may be some at the very beginning. I'm not really too sure. I'm trying to still get the hang of this stuff. So.
Make sure it's working.
Yeah, I just checked on my phone too, and we are showing up, so that's good. And we'll pop that out. So we get a clearer picture on the studio. That was the main reason I wanted to try it, because we went and got that, as we talked about last week, we got that 1080p used camera, used on new, but off of Marketplace, and it was capable of 1080p, but our laptop wasn't. And then when we tried to use StreamYard doesn't stream in 1080 unless you're paying for it. So we didn't want to get into that. So if anybody's on, it looks like we got a couple people on.
Well, hello.
And please let us know where you're from. And try to be patient while we figure out what we're doing here. Hopefully you guys can hear us. That's the other thing, I guess. I don't see the microphone thing jumping around here, so hopefully it is actually working.
I'm trying still to get on here.
Let me see if I can. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Turn the phone up. I do hear it. Excellent. So earlier we had Carolina Family Homestead pop on and say hello. If you guys are still here, it's good to see you. And if you just had a moment to drop in, we still appreciate that.
How was everybody's week?
Starting out with a cup of coffee. Going to switch over to tea partway through this.
Yeah, we always run out halfway through.
Yeah. I talk a lot, so I need something to keep me lubricated so I can keep my mouth rambling on here.
So tell us how your keto is going.
Oh boy. Well, we're going to start in on that already. We only got a couple people watching, so we don't spoil any surprises. I mean, I can still probably put a cup or a dish here. Maybe not as bad as before.
Let's try.
No, I'll end up wearing it.
All right. What else would you like to talk about?
Well, what were we going to talk about? Well, we had a couple things we're going to touch on this week. What about that? Well, why don't we start with that useless goat of yours?
My sweet little goat Pickles. He's not useless. He's adorable. He's so small.
So we've been trying to get our doughs bred, and we have Pickles. If you've watched our videos, Pickles is Cindy's
adorable little Billy goat.
His little Billy goat. Well, he's young and he hasn't clued in yet, so we put him in with the girls in heat, and he does about that kind of chattering noise they make. Whatever. He's not at that age yet. He's only you figure he's 9 months old. Months. So I mean, you read some things that say 9 months old they should be good to go, and they'll chase the does around out there in heat. This guy, he's not sure yet. He makes the noise. He's not at the point where he's urinating on himself or turning up his lip or anything else. He just kind of, well, put it this way. He was in with a doe in heat, and I thought I was getting tired of waiting, and she was getting frustrated with him. So I opened the gate and thinking, okay, well, you want to come out. And what does he do? He right away heads for the gate, turns around, jumps up on the milking stand, which is where we have a bale of hay right now, and he just sits there and starts eating. So he's not at the point yet where he really cares whether or not the female goats are around or not. So we're still waiting for him to mature, I guess.
And he's small because he is a pure Nigerian dwarf, and we're not sure the other ones are
Yeah, and we're careful not to feed him anything except for like grass hay, so that he doesn't get whatever that is. I can't think of the word now, but where they get that calcium buildup, and I think it's stones, I guess.
Yeah,
And
I forget the name.
Yeah, we've had one that we think passed away from that before. We didn't want to have that happen again. So, and yeah, so hopefully once he reaches some kind of maturity, we can get those does.
Yeah, I was
Bread
hoping it'd be earlier in the year, but
yeah, it would.
it's so cute.
Well, it'd be nice to get that milk too and get that cheese. So hopefully.
Or
Anyway,
your keto diet.
yeah, from my keto, we'll talk about We'll talk about that yet. Just don't rush me.
Oh, okay, I won't rush you.
Anyway,
What else have we done this week?
well, what have we done? We've been trying to participate in a few more lives this week. It's hard to do. Everybody knows it's hard to do. Anybody that shows up here today, we thank you. Hey, John, good to see you again, buddy. So a good example, like the guys that are on here right now, I know Carolina was here earlier, and John. I mean, it's hard to make time to support everybody, and John actually does a really good job of supporting our channel. We try to reciprocate. So, actually, one of these days, John, you should go on a live with us. We can tag team one of these things if you're interested. It's your call, but it might make it more interesting than just
that'd be cool.
Me babbling. But yeah, so
this week I have separated the Polish and silky hens or chickens.
Yeah, we did have to do that
because the Polish rooster was picking on the silky rooster and he was bleeding, so I had to separate them. Left the silkies in the aviary with the pheasants and moved the Polish into one of the dog runs, and everyone's happy.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. Now we got to figure out what to do with them in the spring, because we made that run for the purpose of hatching, like where we put our hatched birds in the spring. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll still have them laying, and we can hatch some of their eggs. And we'll still have the run when it's time for the new hatchlings of the other kind.
Oh, I could set that all up, John. That wouldn't be a problem. And then hopefully. When I'm pretty sure I'd have to go through StreamYard, I think, to do it, but I think it'd be set up easy enough. But that's if you're interested sometime, it's totally up to you. Yeah. So as far as those Polish and silkies go, this is the reason I really hope to get another aviary built this year. I don't think it has to be real big, but just something else that I could. Put those more delicate type of chickens, I guess, since they're not really supposed to get so. At least I don't think the silkies are supposed to get that wet. I don't think it's that good for them. So
maybe we could build something behind the chicken coop on the side.
Maybe it's a little far away, but yeah, we'll see.
We have to go to the coop anyway, so
yeah, it's the other side of the garden and stuff. But yeah, we'll figure it out. But anyway. That's if, I don't know about you guys, but if you've been watching the news more and more, I start to worry, or we are starting to worry, and I hope it doesn't happen, but I'm starting to worry if we're going to end up being told we can't have birds, because it seems like every time you turn around now and look at the news, there's some farm being told they have to destroy their flocks. And I know locally they've found that, what do you call it, avian flu locally, some of the geese population. We read a story not long ago, saw a story not long ago, where there was an ostrich farm somewhere. I think it was
BC.
I think it was in BC, where they had 400 ostriches that they had managed to grow this big farm into. And I believe from the way the story told, they had about 3 or 4 tests positive for this flu, and they didn't really know how it would affect them in the long term or anything like that, because they are an ostrich, but they're still considered a poultry apparently. So they were made to destroy their whole entire flock, and I just thought, wow, that would be just so devastating.
Yeah, I think they have to cull them or whatever by February 5th.
Yeah, it just seems sad, and I hope it doesn't come to that for all these backyard people such as ourselves that that try to keep a few birds around.
Yeah,
Hello,
definitely more
Acre
concerned about
Homestead.
that. Hello, Money
I'm
Pit.
guessing it's Lisa on, but it could be Donald. But I'm assuming Donald's probably busy outside. But thank you for stopping in to see us as well. But so I don't know if you guys are experiencing the same. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing in all of North America, because it seems like every time you look at something, there's that big threat of that bird flu and potential that they might, make us get rid of our birds. And Cindy's telling me, and maybe you guys can confirm, but Cindy's telling me that the price of eggs in the U.S. right now has gone crazy in the stores, and I don't.
Yeah,
It
that's
just
what I'm seeing on some other sites. That the average is going to be like $8 something per dozen, which is insane.
I don't know what I can do on this program, if anything. Sorry, guys. I'm just messing around here at the same time. Like I said, I'm not used to. Oh, it's both of you. Well, it's good to see you. It's good to have you both. I'm just gonna add a couple of you as moderators, if you don't mind.
So how's the weather where you are? Because we're getting a little bit of snow right now, but not too bad. We had a warm day yesterday where we were actually collecting some rainwater off the roofs.
Yeah, it was.
And then by the end of yesterday, it was already freezing over again.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a mild morning. Not incredibly. I think it was around 0, but it was just enough that the roofs were starting to kind of thaw and the eavesdrops and stuff. And you've heard of it getting them going higher, eh, John? Yeah, $6. Wow, even $6 is like on the roadsides like ours. They sell for about $5 a dozen, but and that's more than the store. But you're obviously paying for.
Yeah, that's farm fresh.
Yeah. Okay. Doesn't look like you get a whole lot of options on this YouTube chat thing here, as far as I can't pin anything that I can see here or anything like that. So just kind of experimenting, and my apologies again, guys.
Yeah, I kind of like StreamYard.
StreamYard's nice in the sense that you can always pin things, but I don't want to pay for the premium version. So.
Okay, so Money Pit says, I don't know who was typing, but we went
thanks
to
for
Walmart to get a few things and saw that all the eggs were gone. I have seen that on other sites too, that either they're really high or they're just out of stock or both.
I guess that probably goes hand in hand with making the farmers call their herds and stuff. So.
Yeah, a lot of egg-laying hens have been culled in the States and possibly in Canada. I don't know. I was watching an American channel, so that's where my information's coming from.
Oh, thank you for posting those, Money Pit. Appreciate that, Donald and Lisa. Thanks for doing those. Yeah, so we've touched on the Asian flu, which I don't know if or Asian. Wow, that just kind of went real bad there. Stereotyping all the flus now, am I?
Oh.
Avian flu.
Yeah, will come from somewhere.
Yeah, they do. But and pickles are goat. So if you guys have Nigerian goats, hey, the odds and evens.
Hello.
Good to see you out. If you guys have Nigerian dwarf billy goats, can you give us an idea how long it took your billy goat to mature to the point where it was interested in the does? Because I'm going to start calling ours Tinkerbell if he doesn't smarten up. But
Pickles is wonderful. I've seen him show interest once before with Molly. I don't know what happened after that, but
yeah, I don't know either. But anyway, so Cindy wanted me to talk about my keto diet. I don't know if you guys caught it last couple of weeks, but I started it on the 1st of January, and it's going pretty well. I think I'm down between 15 and 16 pounds in that time. Now, the only thing about it is I seem to have I either caught a bug or I've caught what they call that keto flu, which I didn't think I was going to get because I just seemed to catch up something the last couple of days, but it seems to have all the symptoms. But then
yeah, you better describe that, because most people wouldn't.
The keto flu, in case anybody knows doesn't know what I'm talking about, it's basically just like you caught a flu, only it's not contagious. It's just your body's reaction to burning fat, I guess, or training itself to burn fat instead of sugar. So
yeah, with flu-like symptoms, even a cough. He had a terrible cough one day, and because it didn't get worse the next day and it got better, we're hoping it's just the keto flu.
So now I'm trying not to sit here and rub my nose in front of everybody because I feel like I've got a bit of a head cold. So
the odds and evens knows about it.
Oh,
excuse me.
There's our driveway alarm.
I believe it's a delivery.
Sure, just leave me here with my runny nose. Anyway, so yeah, you guys have probably just hear our driveway alarm. We have an alarm that's at the entrance and an alarm that's closer to the house. So when people come to buy eggs, we kind of get a bit of a heads up. And I'm assuming that might be what that is. But if it's a delivery, who knows anymore? They show up. They used to, everybody always used to be a van. And now it seems like they can show up in whatever vehicle they happen to own themselves or whatever. So it's kind of up in the air. So yeah, whatever this is, I'll be glad when it's over. I'm not enjoying it. So make sure I'm not missing anything in the comments here, guys. It's a little further away from me than it was for Cindy. So we have money pit in the house and odds and evens. There's that alarm again. Makes me want to dance every time. Whoa.
Delivery.
Yay. Now that you're back, I'm going to step away from that so I can go and blow my nose.
Well, usually the deliveries come in white, unmarked vans, but this one was a dark car, so I had to go check it out in case it was somebody who wanted to buy eggs. Yeah, I think actually Bert did do a short of that dance from the video. And now every time we hear it, that's what we can picture him doing his little dance.
Very, very catchy song. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, it's kind of kicking my butt a bit, but it's not as bad as I thought it was. It started getting better instead of worse. That's why I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I'll just try to get the vitamins and magnesium and potassium in me to try to combat whatever deficiencies I might be having. So anyway,
what kind of coffee did you make today?
Bulletproof coffee. It's where you put I've been drinking my coffee and tea black, and I've gotten kind of used to it. But this bulletproof coffee, they call it, I guess it's where you put a little bit of butter or was it MTC oil or coconut oil in your coffee to kind of it lets your body stay in ketosis. Because I've also been doing the intermittent fasting, so I eat between like noon and 6, and then I won't eat again until noon the next day. So yeah, and I haven't tried that yet, but yeah, any of those fattier kind of things to kind of keep you in ketosis, but yet feed your brain. So anyway, here's a question for you guys. Anybody that watches this, even if you're not watching it currently, but if you watch it later on, if you know anything about Jerusalem artichokes and how to preserve them, we would like to
need help.
We need help with that. Because we
tried.
Harvested a pile of it this year and tried to find a way to keep it. And we had heard or watched or read that you can keep it in pails of dirt. And I went to use some the other day because there's 0 carbs and 0 sugars and stuff like that in the stuff, so you can eat it on keto. And we had popped the lid, and there was a horrible smell because everything's the dirt and everything on top had started to mold.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 pails have gone that way.
It surprised us because they were sealed, but apparently there's enough moisture in the dirt, and it ruined at least 2 pails. So
we don't know. We don't know if they should have been sealed or if they should have had air to breathe. But the one underneath that was really well sealed seems okay. So
yeah. So anyway, it just seemed like such a waste, and we don't want to make that mistake again. I know the other way to do it is you can, what do you call it? Ferment them, but just cut them up small, ferment it. But I don't know if there's something other than that you can do, because it would be nice to not waste it.
container with
Yours is still good, eh? I kind of wish ours were.
Yeah, because we used quite a bit of dirt and made sure they weren't touching each other like we do with the carrots, which did not turn out well either.
Well, that's another story. We did that 2 years ago, or no, last year. We had a great carrot harvest, and we had watched a video that said layer them in a tote with sand, don't let them touch, and it will keep them firm and fresh. Well, that was all great until we went to use them, and there wasn't a single carrot left in the tote. It was baffling.
I know. I was digging through. I'm like, I know they were higher up than this. Why am I having to dig so far? And I don't know. They just disintegrated or something.
Moisture, yeah. Maybe that's all we need to do. We did, or I should say, Cindy did freeze dry a little bit of it.
Dehydrated, yes.
Oh, dehydrated. Sorry. Yeah. I guess we could try freeze drying it. I don't know. Maybe
moisture absorbers are a good idea. Worth trying.
Yeah, because we failed anyway. It
was a learning experience.
Yeah, it's just so upsetting because it just seemed like we were so pleased and proud of the harvest, and only to pretty much lose it. So that was a bit of a kick.
So would you suggest the same thing for carrots? Because I don't know what happened. I don't know where they went. They're gone. Now it's just a tote of sand. They must have just disintegrated, like rotted away, but it doesn't smell rotted. It just it's gone.
The only other thing I thought was somehow maybe ants or something, but there was just no sign of anything. So it was just. So we've had that before. But half of our basement is crawl space, and I've even had it where you set mouse traps in the crawl space or whatever. Next thing you know, the traps are empty, and you think, oh, you got the bait. And fortunately, we don't really notice a lot of mice in the house, but just every once in a while. And come to realize the one day I'm down there looking at the trap, checking the traps, and there's a line of ants, and they're taking the bait off this trap and just taking it back home outside or whatever. And that's how I found out what was actually taking the bait. Got a couple pop-ups here on the. Hopefully everything's running fine on your end, guys, and you can see us fine.
Yeah, that's very interesting. The odds and even says the Jerusalem artichokes sell really good on eBay by the pound or so, and carrots, they don't know. I imagine it'd be similar to how to store them, though.
Yeah, because it seems like they don't last long. That's why I wonder, I guess if you did them in some kind of sealed vacuum pack maybe or something like that to try to ship them. More Than Farmers, we watch them too, and bag their carrots and store them in the refrigerator.
Carrots do store quite a while in the refrigerator.
Yeah, and maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe we just need to pick up another spare fridge just to keep stuff like that.
Yeah, that was disappointing and baffling. So weird.
Yeah, it was bizarre.
Yeah.
DS Family Lifestyle Blog. Hi, guys. Nice to see you.
Thanks for joining us.
Dave and Sue.
Bert's making you a moderator, I believe.
Yeah, some of these people that are popping in that I've known for a while. So again, I'm not on StreamYard, which is what we usually use. I'm just using the YouTube studio here. And hopefully everything's going as it should be. I've told it not to put ads in the video, guys, so if you see any, I apologize, you shouldn't.
Yeah, we made that mistake with our very first live, I believe.
I think our very first live, we didn't realize that
Yeah.
People were dropping off. Wild Huckleberry, good afternoon to you as well. Thank you for stopping in too. Awesome, John, I'm glad. I was a little concerned about that. Try not to chase people off by making them watch commercials. It's bad enough they have to watch me.
So do you guys know of any other streaming services other than YouTube and StreamYard that we might want to check out? Because or likes to try them out.
I tried to use the OSB, the open source OSB one. It looked pretty promising, but it won't run on my laptop. So, and it will run on the desktop in the living room, but the desktop faces a nice big bay window, and it's horrible for doing a live. So if I was on live stream, I'd pin your names up here, guys, but that's why I'm not doing that, because
That's a nice
stream
feature,
because I don't know how to do it on this one. If there's anything I can do at all, so I don't see any fancy tools to use.
Has anybody started any early seeding? I know I asked last week, but
Pop-up chat.
I've held back, haven't started yet. I'm pretty eager to start peppers, but probably next month. Right now, I can't see if anybody says anything.
Yeah, if you're saying something, I buggered something up here. So
maybe on my phone.
here you go. John,
I've got mine.
Oh, there it comes.
No, yeah. It's good to hold back, John, but it's hard, isn't it? I'm sure you're eager to get things in your garden too. It's nice to just see it starting to grow and sprout. Makes us forget it's winter.
Yeah. So we've covered everything we were going to touch on today, and it's been like 27 minutes. That's it. Talk about the artichokes.
Yeah, it is nice to have a greenhouse, but ours is not insulated, I guess.
Yeah,
So
ours is
it's
just
really
a cold frame.
Yeah.
I was given a whole pile of large windows one time. They're kind of like I guess they're like what would you call it? Single pane windows, and I threw it all together to make this greenhouse. And I think it's only about 9 by 10, I believe it, or 8 by 10. So it works really well for
like early spring
and into early to midsummer, because then it gets extremely hot because the glass just bakes everything. And I've tried installing a fan last year that ran on a thermostat, which really helped suck a lot of that hot air out, which was nice. But I think we might be able to do it, trip over my own words here. It might be able to be in use longer if I maybe tinted the windows or put some kind of like a shade cloth, maybe right over top of the whole thing. It might help, just so it doesn't get such intense sun. Now, the farm field beside us is going to fix some of that soon, because unfortunately, there's a great big maple tree, or actually more than one, that have taken on the other side of the fence on the edge of the farm. And I like trees growing, so I haven't jumped the fence to cut it down or anything. But I know at some point that thing is going to shade the greenhouse. But maybe that wouldn't be a bad thing anyway. Red's Homestead.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you very much for popping in.
The wild huckleberry. So you're going to start seeding fairly soon. What are you going to do? Peppers? Anything else?
Hey guys, if you get a chance, and just so we all know, can you put in the comments where you're from? Give us an idea of your climate. I know John's in Indiana, and Money Pit Homestead is in Kentucky. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty positive about that. And that's about the only two I can think about right off the top of my head. But
we are at the halfway mark. I'm going to get the tea.
Excellent. What kind?
Lemon balm.
Oh, lemon balm. Homemade or store-bought?
Homemade.
Ooh, homemade lemon balm. Next year we plan to make a lot more tea. We really have taken to having the herbal teas before Cindy corrects me.
I don't know what
so
everyone else says, but
Huntsville, Alabama. Okay. Now that cold snap, it sounds like it's going to reach a lot of you guys, eh? Ours is supposed to be starting tonight into tomorrow morning, I believe. Maybe tomorrow afternoon.
Yes. Wild huckleberry, you just do what you're told. That works. Tomatoes, pumpkins, and zucchinis, what you start with, John? That's cool. Our best pumpkins are always volunteer seeds. Pumpkins we've given the goats before the pigs, and they just pop up the next year as new plants. Whenever I tried starting them, it never worked out very well.
I am sorry. I don't want to touch anything I'm not supposed to. I was still poking at stuff here, trying to figure things out. I managed to move the chat to a different window, so I'm just trying to see if I can make the actual picture bigger.
We're on two screens,
so I better just stop messing around before
our eyes are darting back and forth. That's why.
Maybe I'll just restore the chat. Oh.
Who else grows lemon balm? It's like one of my favorite teas.
It's cold here today, so it's cold here today. It's supposed to be colder tomorrow. That wind is biting. Yeah.
Very much. Yeah, we're getting that cold snap too.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Looking forward to doing chores in the cold.
No, it's supposed to, and even though all the water's heated, I'm pretty sure it's going to have to be broken every day, a couple times a day, just to keep the top from freezing up.
Yeah, but so much better than before we put in the heaters, because that was brutal.
Yeah. Just got to get past that few days, I guess, and then hopefully, I mean, when you look at the grand scheme of things, it's almost the end of January, I guess. So hopefully, only get through February, and then March would be, if we're lucky.
How very glass half full of you.
I'm trying. I like to be positive. So odds and evens, New York. If I'm reading that properly, I believe. Yeah, so quite a variation. Where did wild huckleberry say they were from?
Southeast Arizona.
Southeast Arizona,
if I'm
okay.
That right? Or is that Arizona?
I believe so. Yeah.
I just didn't know if that was A-Z.
Oh.
So I might be reading it wrong. Correct me, please.
Arkansas.
Thank you.
Wow, we were way off.
Help.
So you expect crazy things there tomorrow. Most people, except for a couple of us, most people are in States. So
yeah,
waiting to see the impact over here as well, because obviously it's going to be send some shock waves, I'm sure. But every time I'm going to watch for live videos, all I'm seeing is live inauguration events. So
I'm sure everybody's looking forward to getting that first day over with.
I would think so. Get things on, kind of get what will be the new normal. All right. Well, what else you got? You said you were going to have more stuff.
No, I didn't.
Oh. Put you on the spot. Chickens are starting to lay a bit more.
Tiny bit, yeah. We get like a dozen a day some days.
Yeah, slowly starting to get better. Hopefully it is for everybody.
Mm-hmm. That's still really not good because we have like 80 chickens.
A whole pile of freeloaders.
Mm-hmm.
Can't decide if we're better off. We've actually been toying with the idea, back and forth discussions about whether or not we should continue with the heritage breed or actually get egg laying, like high egg laying breeds.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm happy with the heritage breed for eggs, but I would like to try the what's it called?
Oh, the Cornish cross.
Yeah, that's it. The Cornish cross chickens for meat.
We've been avoiding them all this time because we try to stay away from anything that's kind of not a natural bird but the kids do like the chicken in the store better.
Yeah. They call our homegrown chicken chewy. It's a lot tougher.
Yeah, which I think is normal. It's just not what anybody's used to anymore. So the chickens are laying better. I think the cold snap is going to slow them down. Yeah, you're probably right. All this gain we're getting right now is probably going to stop.
Yeah.
With 22 hens, you're still getting 10 a day. That's good. I would take
That
that.
is good.
Yeah.
Almost half of ours were laying. That'd be awesome. That's actually when
When we
things
were
are
full
going
out,
well, it's
yeah.
about 40 eggs a day.
Yeah, when we were full out, it was, 40, 44 eggs a day. So, but I guess that'd be normal because that'd be every day, every other day. All right.
So, what is everybody's recommendation for cooking homegrown chicken? Like, what could be considered tough chicken in a way that it wouldn't come out so chewy?
6 a day, John. Yeah. Your weather seems very similar to ours, though. I mean, I think as far as the crow flies, you're probably not that far away from us. So, yeah, because this day and age, I'll be honest with you, I would sooner chew on a rabbit than the chickens that we raise because I really enjoy the rabbit personally.
Although you can't have it with the marinade anymore.
No, I'm skipping the marinade, but
That keto.
it's working.
It is working. It's just hard to cook around.
It's simpler to cook around. You don't do as much.
That's so not true.
No marinades, no, just plain salt and pepper.
No, that's not true either. No. You can. Yeah, Bert was suggesting that. I am nervous about a pressure canner.
One of those. Yeah, we right beside us, we have an incubator going right now. Another,
We're a week and a half in.
11 days left. And then we don't know what we're going to get. They're either going to be silkies or they're going to be polkies, the combo of the Polish silkie. Only because there's only one hen laying, and she's in that little group. And that's when the Polish and the silkies were together. The silkie was the only hen laying, but I know I saw action from both the Polish rooster and the silky rooster. So
yeah, so we could have both in there.
Yeah, we thought we'd give it a try, see what they end up like, and entertain Cindy. They're pretty small birds for anything except for just enjoy.
They're
I guess
cute.
They're cute. That's about it. Not getting much meat off them, and
No,
their eggs are pretty small.
They're just
So
cute.
I believe that they're really good for hatching other eggs. So if I understand correctly, I think silkies do go broody and they will hatch any egg. Chicken and dumplings with a couple of them for today. I would like to.
That sounds really good.
Well, she boiled them and used Instapot. Okay. Yeah, because pressure canning is what I keep thinking.
And I no doubt it works well. I'm just a little nervous about exploding someday. Hurting myself. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe they've improved. Maybe they're safer now than they ever were. Who knows? Or maybe that's same old technology. I have no idea. I guess it all depends on what you grow up with. I didn't grow up with anybody using one, I guess. You probably didn't either then.
I don't remember a pressure canner, no. Just the regular water bath canning, but that's not for meat, so.
Yeah. Anyway. So
we don't have an Instapot, but we have discussed it before.
Yeah, because for other things too. I can't think what it was.
Yeah, you see them from time to time, though. Easy to find.
You know what? Maybe if I put my glasses on, I could actually read the chat better. Here we go.
There you go. That's what they're for.
Well.
It's not hard, John. Well, that's good to know. Is it safe? My big concern.
I don't think they'd be able to sell them if they weren't safe, right?
Is it easy to have an accident? Because if you can, I will.
Yeah. Dave, I think that's what we need to do to get them that meat so it's not so tough. And
now, is a pressure cooker and a pressure canner the same thing?
I think so, aren't they? Or no?
I honestly don't know. Just wondering.
Yeah, I'd assume they were, but maybe not. It's good tea. I was saying earlier that we're gonna make more of it this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely looking forward to doing a whole lot of teas, all the mints and a whole bunch more lemon balm because it grows so easily.
Oh, John says they're different.
Oh, I'll have to look into it then. Very cool.
Something to.
I need more counter space to put all these different devices.
It's probably not something you use very often though, so.
I still want more counter space.
I know you do. I want more property.
Yeah, I know.
But Cindy won't move, so you got your counter space. I got my 1 acre.
Yeah.
So I'll have to look up what the differences are. Let's see. What else we got today? You guys got anything interesting going on that you want to throw out there?
Has anybody set any resolutions that they're keeping or have already broken? You're keeping yours so far?
I am keeping mine. Oh, are they the same then? Oh. Yeah.
Thank you, John.
We'll give it a shot.
We'll research it.
Try it out. Yeah.
You're taking us somewhere else, I think.
Oh, I'm causing things to freeze, am I? Oh, I hope not.
Yeah, we're frozen here. Oh, it's moving again.
Sorry, guys. I think we're freezing up a little bit on you. I hope not. Looks like we could be.
Safe to use. That's good to know. That's my biggest concern.
There we go, I think. All right, use all time, safe to use. Don't see, I think there's another comment there somewhere, but it's not showing. No freezing? Okay, good, because it was freezing in front of us, so, but I tried to get this thing running earlier because I kind of panicked and thought, oh, I hope there's no updates. Then I started doing updates and I told it to pause updates, but it wasn't really responding. So there's a bit of a technical thing going on in the background here that I'm trying to keep from.
There is always a technical thing going on in the background of everything we do. Updates are like all the time, always.
Yeah. Well, I guess the older you get, the more frustrating it gets when the stuff is doing things. But anyway, we didn't lose anybody. I'm still here, so.
Good group today. Thanks for sticking with us here.
Yeah. And I had mentioned next week, if you're interested, John, we'll figure out how to do a joint live.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Water bath canning is different from pressure canning, yes.
Yeah. Sydney does a water bath.
Yeah, I do water bath, like jams and that sort of stuff. But I am aware not to do meat, so that's good.
Yeah. It'd be nice to figure out something, make it more usable, and go from there. Because we usually hatch all our new hens for the year, so of course we get the other 50% roosters end up going in the freezer camp, and you want to be able to enjoy them. So
and we could do the freeze dryer, but I don't know if that would help the texture at all.
I don't imagine it'd be any better, but so I think it would just come back the way it was. But who knows? You still have to cook it, right?
Yeah. I believe so.
All right. Who do we got here? Gotta pick on.
Oh no, he's looking for a victim.
No, I'm not. No, just trying to see something here.
What are you trying to figure
out? Can't tell you because then he would know everything I know. trying to open up a channel, but I can't do it on the laptop because it just causes grief for me.
Mm-hmm. What is everyone doing on this Sunday other than joining us, which we appreciate?
Yeah, we're gonna start planning better.
Yeah. Just feels like there's nothing going on in winter that we can use as a topic.
Yeah, unfortunately.
As soon as we can start garden things, there should be a lot, but until then.
Just gonna wait again for a second.
Okay. Bye, John. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
we
you,
understand
John.
short time for sure. We normally do our tours first thing in the morning, which is like 7:30, 8 when the sun's out. And then again around 2:30, sometimes
Bye,
later,
John.
sometimes earlier, but our animals are used to that time, and that's when they start calling us.
Lazy day today.
It's perfect.
Need those days. We the most part ours was too, I guess.
Yeah.
We as you guys have probably realized, we tend to take advantage of Cindy's mom on Sunday, and she watches the kids for us while we get our groceries and run any errands that we need to finish that we didn't get done during the week.
And they watch us on the live, so can they?
Oh yes, yeah. Hi kids. Made all the animals. Oops, I got it. Oh yeah.
That takes a good amount of time to do all that, to do all the waters. Yeah, that's not exactly a lazy day.
No. We've had to put all our hoses away probably for a month or so now.
Yeah.
And then our taps, we have to open up our taps and drain, like let them drain so that there's no pipes bursting in the wintertime. We do have one tap outside that's it's meant for winter, where I can't think exactly what they're called, but where the shut off is actually in farther, so it doesn't the water drains out, doesn't freeze right at that point. So it gives us another option if we run out of barrels of water. Right now in our little barn that the rabbits and quail are in, it stays warm enough that the water doesn't freeze. So we have about 3.5 barrels of rainwater in there right now that we're able to use. Fortunately, so we don't have a well here or any other source of water except for town water.
Yeah, we had 2 rain barrels, and then when it got warmer yesterday, we took advantage of that and filled another 1.5.
Oh, no problem, Dave. Yeah, I'm sure you're whipping up something tasty, or you're probably working on your next video. You guys get a chance, if you're curious, Dave does a lot of Jamaican type cooking and things like that. Well,
the dishes look beautiful.
Yeah, definitely look like they're meant for a fancy restaurant. And hopefully everybody gets a chance to stop on all the other channels.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, you guys have been doing a great job hitting everyone's channel. Hopefully next week, if we're on
StreamYard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
StreamYard, we'll be able to put more things up on the screen.
Yeah. We're still learning as we go. I think this is only our fifth live.
Yep.
So we're trying to adapt to the different programs. I'd like to find something a little more user-friendly that I don't have to pay a bunch of money for. Not that YouTube's platform doesn't seem to be okay, but what else you got today?
What else do I have? I don't know. So I'm your victim, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
So you guys, you guys are what, hour behind us? You're Central Time, I believe, right? So you guys are on in a couple hours.
Live at hour 6 o'clock, I think.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
think
an hour and
6
10
o'clock
minutes.
Eastern Time,
Is that
5
right?
o'clock Central. So anybody that's interested can visit Money Pit Homestead in a short while. I'm not sure if anybody else's lives, if they have them.
Yeah, please feel free to post when we can catch your lives.
I know DS Family Lifestyle blog was on last night. Lisa, I did end up putting our link on that live, that webpage with all the live schedules. So thank you very much for getting that to me. I had it saved somewhere, but I couldn't find it, and so I appreciate you getting me that information again. So Dave is working on his next video. Yeah, 5 o'clock Central. Well, Huckleberry, do you guys do lives?
And as you're answering that, I was just going to ask if anybody's seen the Homestead movie. Because we haven't seen it yet, but we want to catch
waiting.
it.
Yeah, Angel Studios, Homestead.
Yeah, I don't know, the problem that I read that people are complaining about is that it's like the first part of the series. It's like more of an episode, movie length, but
Yeah,
but I hear it's good.
almost 4 o'clock. Yeah, so about an hour behind. Yeah, it's funny because whenever I think of Kentucky, I think it's straight down below us, but
Yeah.
not quite. Yeah, so we're looking forward to watching that movie. And you know, the idea of World War III isn't exactly appealing, but it's for the exact same reasons that Cindy won't let me film her pantry and things like that, because you know, crazy people might decide they need to shop here.
Yeah, my pantry's getting a little lower these days, though.
Well, I think
Groceries are more expensive. That is the point of the pantry, right?
Well, this time of year, everybody's pantry's getting a little lower, right?
Yeah.
Until stock up again.
But I'm shopping the pantry, you know.
Oh yeah. But as far as canning and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hoping to do more of that this year too.
Yeah. So we're gonna hang out for 8 more minutes, guys, and then we'll call it a day and get one more live under our belt, I guess. One more learning experience. And I'll look at Sydney again. So
I need some keto-friendly recipes for things I can can. So I have lots of tomatoes in the freezer that I need to turn into something. It's going to do salsa and ketchup and pasta sauce. But a lot of these things take sugar.
well, my hope is still just to get to a certain point, and I don't believe I want to stay on keto forever. It's just to get the weight to a certain point and then just go more of a low carb diet, right? So
it'd be okay to do the usual stuff.
Just less of it.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'll balloon right back like a.
No, I'm just trying to find keto-friendly recipes, but I don't know.
Yeah.
If I put keto into the grocery websites, I don't come up with much for ideas. It's like the bread, and that's about it.
Yeah, which I don't really miss that, to be honest.
I don't think you've had any kind of bread except for the lemon loaf since the beginning of the year.
Yeah. But that doesn't bother me. I'm fine with it. You heard it was a good movie. I'd like to see it, but we're not really avid movie goers, so we're just waiting for it to come out to be able to stream it. Be nice to be maybe subscribe to Angel Studios, but trying to keep our spending is down as much as we can. We don't like to kind of get too carried away with throwing money out everywhere. The only thing we actually pay for TV, and the sad part is we don't even use it as Prime Video because it's just part of the Prime package, right?
We like the other deals.
So we use that just to get our deliveries cheaper and faster. But
is Angel Studios coordinating with the Daily Wire? I thought they were.
I don't know.
Not sure if one subscription is the same as the other. That'd be another one I wouldn't mind getting. They have a good kids programming.
Yeah. Again, not cheap though.
I know.
I like free. Free's my number.
Mm. Cheers.
Carolina Kind Homestead. Cheers to you as well.
Thanks for being here.
Yes, thank you very much. We're going to hang out for about 4.5 more minutes, see who we see, answer any questions. Well, it's right in front of me, so.
Yeah, I know. I'm teasing.
Oh, well, unless something drastic happens and you start singing us a song, maybe.
That's likely.
Yeah, because that doesn't happen at all.
He might start singing though. Just name a commercial tune. We'll just keep going.
Wow. Wasn't what I was thinking, but.
He knows every song ever.
No.
Including commercials.
Yeah. No, I'm just, I guess I just pick up on that stuff quickly. Horrible with names, great with faces, great with tunes.
And he's always saying stuff that just make me go like, how much older are you than me?
Yeah. Ancient.
He talks about things like the school, the ropes. Saw something on Facebook. With a picture of ropes that you climb in school, I guess.
Yeah, you guys probably all can relate to, you know how in gym class you had to climb the ropes in the gymnasium, right? Climb basically to the ceiling. And the only thing protecting it was basically a 2-inch mat on the floor. And Cindy's not that much younger than me, but it seems like a lot changed in that short time frame.
Yeah, I'm 6.5 years younger, and he said, "You must remember this." I'm like, "No, but it looks fun." I would love to have done that.
Thank you for putting
yes, thanks, man.
Reminding people to hit that thumbs up, guys. Yeah, if you hit the thumbs up that video for us, and hopefully we'll get the live out there a bit. The climb up. Yeah.
It looks really fun.
All the stuff that now they think it's dangerous, right? But we all grew up and we all lived through it.
Most of you, anyway.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I'm sure somebody must have fell and landed on their head at some point, and they put a stop to it all. But you missed out.
I know. I would have enjoyed it. I did do a ropes course once for a program in school, but that was fun. I would do that anytime.
Was that?
It was an education program.
Oh, yeah. As you guys all probably know from our videos, that Cindy stays home, but she homeschools the kids. But she is actually a licensed teacher. So she's, instead of using it in the public school system, she's making use of that education that she has to teach her own kids.
Yeah, keep my license going in case I ever want to use it out of the house again.
Yeah, well, basically in case something happens to me. What it comes down to is a backup for her to have some sort of fall back on. And if, hopefully that never happens, but
for sure.
Oh, a minute and a half. I feel like we're just dragging you guys through a painful episode of watch these two sit in front of a camera. Hopefully that's not the case.
I think next week we should have a bunch of stuff that you remember and I don't.
Wow.
There's a lot of that.
I think more and more people are homeschooling. It seems like
For sure.
I would have never realized it, but Cindy interacts a lot with a lot of homeschool parents, and she takes the kids to some home like events, you know, track and field or whatever else meetups they have, and she comes back and tells me of these
yeah, they can get pretty
piles
large.
of participants, right? So,
and surprisingly and not surprisingly, a good part of the people who are homeschooling are former teachers or current teachers who decided not to do that with their kids.
well, I can't say I blame
out
them.
of the system.
Like with the way the system has kind of changed in the last little while, I don't blame anybody that doesn't want their kids in it. Long time ago, wow. Yeah, at that time that wouldn't have been as common.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, always nice to hear. Bert is funny, isn't he?
I think I'm funny.
I think he's
Cindy
hilarious.
usually does not think I'm funny.
No, that's not true. It's just,
I have a sarcastic sense of humor, and I have to keep myself in check sometimes. Behave myself. CC days, classical conversations that are classes taught to homeschool kids. Okay.
That's very cool.
Yeah, we looked at one point. We looked at what they call a co-op, where the parents paid to have a building, and then they would teach different, I guess, life skills.
They weren't really academic classes like math and reading and stuff. They were more cooking, art, music, that sort of stuff.
Went from Texas to North Carolina. That's quite a change.
Mm-hmm.
Latin history, of course, much more. Yeah.
Very cool.
I don't think it happened in the U.S., or maybe you guys can correct me, but one thing they did here quite a while back, probably more than 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, they stopped teaching, what do you call it, cursive writing.
I believe they've started again.
They brought it back, thankfully, because I am surprised. Like I work in a factory as a supervisor. I know I'm never really talking about that kind of stuff, but I deal with a lot of people that are in their 20s. And I'm always surprised that they can't sign their name, or, and I'm not knocking anybody that can't, don't get me wrong. It's just, it floors me that the government at one point decided that people didn't have to know how to do this. Everybody just learned how to print and type. So now we have this big gap in society here where there's a big age group that doesn't know how to read or write cursive writing. And it's like,
for a while, it was like a secret code.
Yeah, it's like you could write something out and they wouldn't know what you were doing, which it's hard for me to wrap my head around. I guess that's just part of me being maybe getting a little crusty in my older age or something, but Old Testament, New Testament's part of history. Wow, that is cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I said I wouldn't drag you past the hour, and I'm so very happy that you guys stuck it out with us and really appreciate that. Yeah. Did they take cursive away in the States at all?
I cannot drive a stick shift.
Oh, I can drive a stick shift. I love stick shift.
He taught me once.
Yeah.
But it was scary.
I think it's one of those things everybody should know. Oh, thanks very much, Money Pit. Hopefully,
that's awesome.
Hopefully everybody reciprocates. It was great to see some names here. You know what? I didn't learn to drive on a stick, Huckleberry, but some of the first vehicles I had were a stick. Other than that, was motorcycles. So I already had an idea, the whole idea, concept of clutches and stuff like that. But thank you very much.
Yeah,
appreciate
the
kind words. Yeah.
It's been awesome.
It's so much nicer when you have people to interact with.
Yeah.
Our first couple of lives were very quiet.
Three
on the tree. Never done that one, but I have heard people talk about that. Very nice. It's kind of stuff you wish you could get your hands on now. But
very cool.
Yeah.
I think that's a topic to pick up on our next live, your first cars.
First cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. My first car, well, I'll spit it out now. Mine was a 77 Dodge Monaco. Big boat.
I had an Echo. I loved it. We had kids. I had to get rid of it.
Yeah. We both had an Echo at one point.
Yep.
But all right, guys. 318. Yep. That's exactly what mine was too. All right, we're gonna head off, guys. We do have to go get the kids, and
let you go.
Really appreciate it.
Prepare for the next lives coming up. Catch Money Pits.
Yes,
in an hour.
Money Pits on at 6 o'clock.
Yep.
Our time, 5 o'clock Central Time. So head on over there, and we're gonna try to do the same at some point. We'll pop in, guys, and maybe while we're driving, Cindy might have to, or during dinner. We'll see.
Have a great week as well. Thank you.
All right. See you all, guys. Let me see if I can end this without looking silly.
Bye,
Oh,
everyone.
huckleberries after. Okay, perfect.
Oh, okay. Yes. Awesome.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.